You told your team after the game you won the game like you should have won. What does that mean to this program?
Well, I think we were disciplined tonight. It looked the way that it should have looked. Not that we didn't have any mistakes whatsoever, but we did a lot of good things. So, and we talked about that all week. We worked on those things all week long. I think last week was a great lesson for our kids. You can outgain someone. You can maybe dominate in terms of yards, but if you don't do all the things like clean up the penalties and those types of things, then the scoreboard can be closer than what maybe it should have. The other thing we stressed this week is let's make sure we listen to the right voice. You can't listen to the outside influences over this team might not be very good, and it allows you to be lackadaisical that way. So we want to make sure that we continue to focus on us and continue to grow and get better, and now we're excited to get back into a big game next week.
Yeah, especially with Springfield Catholic Central coming up next week. You want to make sure you're not looking ahead to that game. Overall tonight, defensively, I thought did a really good job against another wing T type of offense like we saw against Paint Valley, but it seemed like the defense was getting after it even more tonight. What did you see out of them?
Well, we run. I talked to Todd about that in pregame. That's one thing that's been pretty consistent all year long, all the way back to our scrimmages. We got to continue to work on our pad level and stay down, be more consistent with our eyes and reading our keys. But big picture, I think that group's playing very well right now, and we're running to the football.
Tyler looked really sharp tonight. The last couple games, I know there were some issues with some grip on the ball and everything, but it looked like he couldn't miss a thing. I noticed it in warm-ups. He was real sharp, real tight spirals. What was your impression of his night?
Well, he's playing well. He is. The expectations for Tyler, I think, around here are pretty high, right? Yeah. So, he's played pretty well all year long. I don't know what his numbers were tonight, and to be honest, I'm not really concerned about that. But, our big thing with our offense, what we try to do, we really focus on trying to get the ball to our playmakers, have a high completion percentage, take shots when they're there. And, I know coming into this game, his completion percentage was over 70%, and that takes everybody. The offensive line to give him time. I don't know if we've given up a sack all year long, to be honest with you. The kids making plays on the edge and catching up, but he works hard. He studies the game. He puts a lot of time in that no one sees. He can name all the players on the opposing defense. He can talk about their fronts, their coverages, the whole deal. So he works very hard, and he deserves the success he gets.